Hello, 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 and welcome to Get Comfortable by Lizana-Prodeaux. I am the voice behind Get Comfortable. I am so excited. We are 2 views away from 800. This channel has been growing at rapid speed for me. I'm all about doing everything from the muscle, and this has been definitely from the muscle and just putting the work in, just trying to get content out to you guys every day that is meaningful. I know sometimes I take little breaks, but I'm so thankful for you guys and the support and giving the channel a chance. So thank you for that. Today's message, it seems like we're on a theme of change. So if you've been listening, you've noticed that a lot of the videos that I've posted lately have been on change and changes affecting you and making changes for yourself, and how change isn't bad, how sometimes you have to lean into it instead of trying to pull away from it. And so this video is on that same vibe, on that same frequency, but just a little bit different. For whoever this message is for, you are experiencing a bubble up, if I want to, if I can call it that. It's like something is bubbling to the surface and you're being pulled in a different direction, and you've been being called to do something different for quite some time, and you were trying to wait things out. However, the wait is daunting, and it's not, you're starting to think that it maybe is not the route you should have taken. If you're at a crossroads and you feel like something that you have going on in your life isn't working, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a career or a job move, or just the place that you're living in, and you feel like you've been called to do something and you know you need to change in the future, but you thought that the change was going to be a lot further out than it is, then this message is for you. You're getting to a point where you're going to have to make a big decision. And the decision that you make is going to change the trajectory of your life for the better, but it's going to be uncomfortable at first because it's not something you're prepared to do right now. You thought you had more time to make this decision, but because other things are going on around you, you might be forced to make the decision a little faster than you thought. So I'm here to tell you that you do have the green light to make that change. Of course, you have free will, and ultimately it is up to you. You are getting ready to be presented with an opportunity, or a situation is going to push you more and more into that direction faster than you thought that you would be arriving there. Does that make sense? Something that's been brewing in the background that has made you feel like, I need to make a decision, but I want this to be a few months from now, maybe a year or so from now, or 2. You're realizing that you're being met with that decision currently, and that you might need to make a choice or change your plans a bit. And so that time frame that you were looking at for further out is actually a little closer, maybe a lot closer for some than you anticipated. The reason this is happening is because things that you thought would take place months or a year or 2 from now are actually getting ready to start to fold in sooner. And in order for you to get to those things that God and the divine want for you, you have to start to make those bigger changes. So these are not small things. These are home, like maybe moving, buying a home, moving to a new home. This is changing a career or a job, or like completely, like moving to another entity with work, or it could be the same, like the same type of work, but you're not going to be in that same business that you're working for currently. And then if it's not that, then it's a relationship that you feel is no longer serving you the way, or you don't feel like you're being treated right. The basis is not being treated correctly, or not being supported correctly, not being appreciated, and you're not receiving the compensation that you feel like you should. And that's in all of those areas I just named. So if it's a home, then it's not the home that's suitable for you any longer. It's not serving your purpose. It's not allowing you to grow. It's not comfortable for you. So you are being presented with an opportunity to move forward, or you're being pushed towards a decision on whether you should stay or not. As far as the workplace is concerned, they don't appreciate you. They're not compensating you correctly. You don't feel like you're being looked out for. You don't feel like they want you to just stay. They're not making it a good situation for you, and you're a good person. You mean you work, you have work ethic, you show up, you do what you're supposed to do, and it's just still not panning out the way that you want it to. That this is for you also. And then that change that you think you would want to make, what you ultimately wanted to make anyhow, you might end up making it sooner. The same thing with the relationship. If it's a relationship, maybe you guys had some ups and downs, and then you're thinking, okay, I want to wait this out and see how it goes. But as you begin to look at everything, you're realizing that as time passes, nothing is changing, and you need to either explore other options or take some time for yourself. And you're being presented with an opportunity that is going to push you forward on making a decision. So, of course, like I said in the beginning, this is not for a bad thing. This is to align you with where you're supposed to be going. And you're being realigned or aligned quicker than you thought. So, this is just a time of change. And I think from March of this year until about July or August, a lot of us are going to experience changes for the better. But again, at first, it's not going to look like changes for the better. It's going to look like, oh my gosh, I'm being ripped away from a place that I want to stay in. Sometimes we get so comfortable with where we are that we don't realize this no longer is serving me. I'm not being treated the way that I'm supposed to be treated. I'm not receiving what I want to receive. I'm not being fulfilled, because people don't really like change. We like consistency, and sometimes to see the same stuff every day. Even if we're adventurous and we like to do different things, some stuff or form is going to be consistent, and those factors we don't like to change. So not going to say you being forced, because again, you have free will in this situation. I think I already did a video on like God pushing you in a direction that you really don't want to go in, but you're being basically forced or put on a different path. With this, I do feel that you will be presented with another opportunity after this, but it's going to be more forceful and less of an opportunity. It's going to be more of a I can't take this anymore. I got to make something happen. This is just like another like last warning before things get forceful and things become super uncomfortable for you, to the point where you're just like, I can't deal anymore, or I have to make a decision. So that's what I have. I really, really appreciate you guys. And I know that these messages might not be exactly what you guys want to hear, but I'm just trying to make you aware of what's happening. It's not just you. It's not just me. We're all right now on a frequency. And because we're reaching for the stars and we're trying to be the best versions of ourselves, we're going to have to make those changes. We're going to have to challenge ourselves in order to grow. And that's basically what it is. So don't get too hung up on it. We're all being pushed in different directions or guided in different ways. And nobody's exempt from it if you're on a path of growth. There's a season for staying and there's a season for going. And if you're in line or aligned with this channel, then you're in a season of growing and moving and not staying stagnant. Okay? So I love you guys to the moon and back, but of course, God loves you more. Please take care, and thank you guys so much for all your support, your endless support. If this message did touch you, please hit the subscribe button. And if you feel like it will help somebody else, please share with them so that they can hit the subscribe button. We definitely want to reach our target audience and bring people into the Get Comfortable family so that we can all get comfortable with these uncomfortable parts of life together. I love you again so, so much, to the moon and back, but God loves you more. Please take care.